If you want to speed up your animation workflow in Krita, learning how to adjust onion skin settings is one of the best things you can do. Onion skinning helps you see previous and upcoming frames while you draw, so you can keep your motion smooth, accurate, and consistent. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to set it up, how to turn individual frames on and off, how to adjust opacity, how to change tint colors, and how to control the overall master opacity. If this tutorial helps you out, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more Krita tips and beginner-friendly digital art guides. Alright, let's jump in. First, you need to pin the onion skin docker so it's always easy to access. At the top menu bar in Krita, go to Settings, then Open Dockers. From the list that appears, click Onion Skin. This will add the dedicated onion skin control panel to your workspace, which makes adjusting animation frames much easier. If you already have the timeline docker open, there's also another quick way to get to it. Just click the 3 gear sliders icon on the timeline docker title bar, and you'll find the onion skin related controls there as well. Once it's visible, you're ready to start customizing your frame preview. Now let's talk about the frame state. In the center of the onion skin docker, you'll see the number 0, which represents your current frame. Around that, you'll see frame numbers to the left and right, such as -1, -2, +1, and +2. The numbers on the left control past frames, while the numbers on the right control future frames. If you want to see a specific nearby frame, just click its number to turn it on. If you don't want to see it anymore, click it again to turn it off. This is really useful when you only want a couple of reference frames showing instead of a full stack of ghost images cluttering your canvas. Next, you can adjust the ghost frame opacity. Inside the onion skin panel, each frame has a vertical bar graph that matches its frame number. These bars control how visible each ghost frame is on your canvas. If you drag a bar upward, that frame becomes darker and more visible, which can help when you need a stronger reference. If you drag the bar downward, the frame becomes lighter and more transparent, which is great when the guidelines are distracting or too strong. This gives you very fine control over how much each individual frame influences your drawing, so you can keep the workspace clean while still having the right amount of reference. After that, you can change the tint colors. At the top of the onion skin docker, you'll usually see 2 color boxes. The past color box is commonly red by default, and the future color box is usually green. These colors help you quickly tell the difference between older and upcoming frames. If you want a different look, click the past color box and choose a custom hue for your older drawing outlines. Then click the future color box and change the tint for your upcoming drawing outlines. This can be really helpful if the default colors don't stand out enough against your artwork, or if you simply prefer a different visual style while animating. Now for one of the most important controls, the master opacity slider. This is the main opacity bar sitting at frame 0, or your current frame. Dragging this slider left or right changes the overall strength of all ghost skins at once. So if all the onion skin frames feel too strong, you can quickly fade them down without adjusting each frame individually. If you need them more visible, you can increase the master opacity as well. And just to clarify, this does not change the opacity of your current frame itself. It only affects the ghost skins around it, which means your active drawing stays intact while your reference frames are adjusted. Once you understand these controls, adjusting onion skin settings in Krita becomes very fast and intuitive. You can decide which frames show, how visible they are, what colors they use, and how strong the entire onion skin setup should look overall. That gives you a much better animation experience and helps you draw smoother transitions from frame to frame. If this tutorial helped you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more Krita tutorials, and let me know in the comments what Krita feature you want to learn next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.